My name is Rachel Beton. I'm going to read the poem entitled Happiness. Happiness by Raymond Carver. So early, it is almost dark out. I'm near the window with coffee and the usual early morning stuff that passes for thought. When I see the boy and his friend walking up the road to deliver the newspaper. They wear caps and sweaters, and one boy has a bag over his shoulder. They are so happy. They ain't saying anything, these boys. I think if they could, they would take each other's arm. It's early in the morning, and they are doing this thing together. They come on slowly. The sky is taking on light. Though the moon still hangs pale over the water, such beauty for a minute. Death and ambition, even love, don't enter into this. Happiness, it comes on unexpectedly and goes beyond really an early morning talk about it. So, this essay on happiness by Raymond Carver is a depiction. It depicts the happiness with the value of its simplicity. He shows the appreciation and the balance of simple living. Unhurried, it's just simple living. Carver narrates his view of the newspaper boys who have found joy in their work. So the vivid portrayal of the early morning between sunrise and dark disappearing conveys true happiness before the day-to-day chaos commences. As a poem and short story writer, Raymond Carver possesses a gift of using simple words to derive and express strong emotions. Raymond's style is well pictured in his short stories titled What We Talk About When We Talk About Love. This poetry talk paper tackles the theme, impression, and tone of the poem Happiness by Raymond Carver. As humans, it's in our nature. The human nature is crippled really by the everlasting need for an excess of everything. We want more of everything. So contentment becomes a rare gift. The continuous struggle to get more is an understandable thing since we live in a competitive-driven environment. So the most revealing theme of the poem Happiness is happiness as appreciated of its simplicity. The two boys who are personages in the poem are satisfied with their situation. The poem is setting involving the writer's environment, shows a peaceful and slow-moving background. So the simplicity of living is depicted with the visualization of what the boys wore. The writer says, they wear caps and sweaters, and one boy has a bag over his shoulder. These boys do not have any complicated and necessary clothing. They just have sweaters for the morning. Sweaters for the morning cold weather and a bag to carry their newspapers. So as we are accustomed to delivery boys riding and driving, these boys are walking, which is another illustration of simplicity. The writer continues and says, they are so happy. This statement clearly describes the feeling and emotional state the poet is projecting on the two boys. The poet projects happiness as togetherness, as easy, friendly touch without the need for words or conversation. The writer also illustrates of how fast it comes and goes, which shows the value of happiness. In the concluding phrase, the writer says, it comes on unexpectedly and goes beyond really any early morning talk about it. It depicts how happiness quickly vanishes like the morning. The writer appreciates joy, praising it above feelings of ambition and love. Such beauty that for a minute, death and ambition, even love, doesn't enter into this, says the writer, as illustrated by the writer's description. The perfect morning is a call for appreciating the simple things in life that do not require effort to be found. The poem has a well-crafted, peaceful tone. The calm tone is established by contentment. In the poem, one has to notice and appreciate the simple things. The writer draws a morning of disappearing darkness and upcoming sunrise without realizing the past night. These cannot be appreciated of the coming sunshine. The peaceful tone is a build-up from the setting. The first line, which says, so early, it's still almost dark out, sounds more like first grasp after waking up. In the writer's words, they come on slowly. The sky is taking on light. The phrase creates the slow pace tone developed throughout the poem. The author, Raymond Carver, portrays the value of finding peace. In commencement, according to the writer, happiness is found. The poem speaks volumes on the importance of the simple things we are accustomed to overlooking. Appreciation of every little good thing is the lesson of the poem. So, I chose this poem because of its simplicity and just the title itself, happiness. I feel like happiness is what we all looking for. We are all desiring happiness in our lives. So I chose this poem because it reminds me of the fact that happiness is where we are. We don't have to go somewhere to pursue happiness. Happiness is right there where you are. And happiness is a gift of right now. It's not in the future. It's right now, today, which we can choose happiness. So contentment allows us to see what is already there. So simple living is about being content of what you have. So that's it I had for this poem. Thank you.